How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So, PACE plan, what is it and how can we use it? So the PACE plan has been heavily used by the DoD, the military specifically, and other three-letter agencies, and a lot on the commercial market as well. So PACE plan, specifically what it is backup plans to possible situations that could occur. Now, I'm going to kind of relate it into the backpacking or bug out bag or get home bag community in that aspect, but you can use it over a broad spectrum of pretty much anything in life, just having specific plans. I'm going to talk about how to use them and how I specifically use them and how all the contingencies or all 4 layers are actually on me right now. So getting into it, it is primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. So PACE. So each one is a specific level of, your plans or your backup plans. So primary, that's normally your initial plan. So for instance, going to get home bag community or something like that, if I was stuck out somewhere and I needed to make it home, what is my primary plan? Well, everything I have on is my primary plan. My bag specifically, throw it on, and I'm going to walk or hike a certain amount of distance to get home. Now, it depends on the situation, and if it's a common situation or you're scaling the event, it could be very serious or not so serious at all. So you need to be ready for those massively serious events, even though if they have a smaller chance of occurring. You don't want to be, caught outside and have no plans for it. So primarily, I'm going to put on my bag and I'm going to hike. What happens if you have all your eggs in one basket and everything's in the bag? So if you lose the bag, what are you going to do? And that's what the layers are in this aspect. So for instance, if for some reason I had to ditch my pack or it got relieved of me or I had to run or something like that and I had to leave it behind, this pack is no longer useful. What do? Because now all your life-saving stuff is in there. Well, specifically it shouldn't be, and mainly because you should be layering. That's primary. Here is my alternate. This is a HPG or Hill People Gear Recon chest rig, fairly large. This is their heavy version, but this also contains smaller items to get me through something. Emergency kit, compass, flashlight, some food, some tools, weapon system for self-defense, because if I lose that, I want this retained on my body, because weapon systems don't really work very well with the waist belt straps on a backpack, so had to come up with an alternative, which Hill People Gear specifically did. Maps and other stuff like that. That's all what's in this. GPS communicators, stuff like that. So if I would lose this pack, this is my next means to keeping me alive through a certain scenario. Now, for some reason why, if it would happen, if I would lose this, say this didn't exist anymore and we took it off, what is my next layer? So the next layer is what you should be familiar with, and that's pretty much everything that's in your pockets. What do you have in there? As you dive in, do you have all the necessary items you need, like a lighter or some source of fire, some kind of keeping that source, lip balm works fairly well. A knife specifically on you, right? Or some other means, other smaller things like your wallet, multi-tool, other things like that that can keep you going. Cool. So that is the contingency plan. I'm going to use my EDC specifically on me as my contingency. Now, if for some reason all of that goes as well, what is my backup or very last or my emergency plan? And that's specifically my belt. So this is a Wazoo specific cash belt, and this has last ditch small items inside of it that you can place wherever you want. There's a cavity that goes all along this, and you can place specific items that you need depending on the situation or what you foresee could possibly occur. So myself, I have fire starting material, I have cash in here, I have a little bit of gold, I also have like a handcuff key, tinder, fire making material, fishing kit, and that all fits just inside of this. Now, is it a lot? Of course not. It's not the main thing that you're going to be surviving out of. That's what this is for. But I'm saying if you get down to that level, then you have backups. You not just lose everything because you lost one bag. Now, along with this, you should also be thinking of caches placed in certain locations if you're very serious about this. So if you would be relieved of everything, you could walk, 20 miles to your cache site, pull material out of your cache site, and then continue on to your bug out location, get home situation, whatever it is. This is what I'm tailoring it back to. But the DoD normally uses this in all kinds of stuff, like, hey, if my vehicle breaks down, what are we gonna do? Okay, we're gonna cross load. We're gonna take all this material, throw it in the other vehicle that specifically works, and then we're gonna, get out of there. Cool. Okay, so what if we can't cross load? We don't have another vehicle. What is gonna be my alternate? Cool, so my alternate is gonna be, specifically try to take all the stuff with me and hike it out. Well, okay, well, if that doesn't work, what's the next contingency plan? Cool, I'm gonna disable everything. I'm gonna put rounds or, zeroize my radios and other stuff like that, or engage my own vehicle to keep it from falling into enemy hands. There's all kinds of plans like this. Same with the communication aspect. Hey, if my primary frequency or primary radio goes down, what frequency do I go to? Cool, here's the next, here's your alternate. What's my contingency? And then what is my emergency? Last ditch, 100%. Cool, I'm gonna pull out a flare and I'm gonna shoot in the air. Red flare means we need help right now. You can see that from a distance. All kinds of random stuff like that. I know I'm going over it quick, but you're getting the gist of it. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. I just showed you my kind of get home bag pace method, but you can use this throughout anything in life. Even if you have kids, primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency, it works. Lose diapers here, where's another sash at? Something like that. Very simple, very easy to adopt, and it works out in the long run because we always end up forgetting things. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, want to see more stuff like this, definitely hit like and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to donate, because mainly this is pretty much all viewer funded for the most part. I make a little bit off of YouTube and some Amazon. If you want items, I make some cents off Amazon. But, in general, if you want to help contribute stuff like that, PayPal and Patreon is available. Patreon gets behind the scenes, all kinds of stuff like that. They see stuff before it comes out, and I'm way more interactive on there than I am in YouTube comments because they can get out of control sometimes. So if you guys want to be a part of that, go ahead and look at it. But if you don't want to keep enjoying the content, just hit that like and subscribe button. That helps out a lot, and that's literally all you need to do. So other than that, I hope y'all have a great day.